Hello, comrades. It's Premier River, and I am back again at the city of Neuve Revergrad. We haven't made too much progress over here. Then again, we haven't really spent that much time, but I've been making sure this guy's busily building the roads, and then came over to our coal thing, which is really coming along. Now it's just a matter of finding like the hide and seek little things that I haven't built. But most of them are just these little footpaths and stuff. It seems like most people have power and whatnot, so I think I got most of the important stuff. And then we're just finishing up the railroads, or well, I guess we're well on our way to the railroads, but still have a good amount of work. So we'll keep plugging away at that. We're not too much of a hurry, because until we get some houses and some people, there's not too much sense in trying to fire this up. So, but that part of our plan is coming together nicely. As far as over here goes, yeah, it's we're plugging away. It's still got quite a bit of work, but it'll come together, right? Especially as we get done this, we'll be able to focus more of our steel resources. We're doing okay. So far, the biggest thing I think we've messed up is our gravel trains, though I'm sure we didn't do any favors to our prefab train. So just to give you some idea, this is all we got done as far as this goes. So it really hasn't been much time since the last episode, but we're getting through this intersection. I wanted to come back because I want to take care of this. We real quickly got this track electrified, so that was nice. They just got out here, no issues, got it done. But what I would like to do is get these guys something else to work on, and I think the best thing for them to work on would be getting this stretch of track done, right? So what I was looking at was the fact that this guy has very little in him, and this is just sort of all taken up, well, not the depot so much, but these things are just all taking up space. And even the depot, I think, let's back up. That's a parking lot, which is fine to have. I don't know if they'll be able to drive that far, but do we have a depot over here? Oh yeah, there it is. Now that's a construction office. Probably want to get another depot going at some point. But anyway, I'm distracting myself. Let's go ahead and I want to bulldoze some of this stuff because we're just not using it. And we're not going to use it. This was all part of the pollution that we had to get rid of. And I thought those conveyors, but a lot of the other stuff disappears. Oh, it did disappear after it's not until the actual building goes. So we will get rid of this. Kind of hate to demolish stuff. It takes so long to build it, right? And the biggest reason for that is I wanted to come in here and get rid of some of these railroads because this all will make more sense in a second. So, because this is sort of right where I want to sort of connect. So I don't really want to get rid of our radio station at this moment, especially, right? This is still being used, and I guess we should come in here. Let's safely get rid of the roadways, right? Might as well. And this can be gotten rid of. And how about a few footpaths while we're at it? Look, people were walking on that footpath. Where were you going? Yeah, I think that's a pretty dumb footpath at this point too, isn't it? All right, well anyway, there we go. So we got a little space cleared out. I'm not sure what we'll do with it. We might, well, once we move the clothing manufacturing, we might be able to get rid of that. This is really, yeah, you know what, I don't know why that's still even there. Let's get rid of the road connection. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody was using that. Guess we'll find out. All right, well, anyway, so what I'm picturing in the future is we have like this distribution area, and we also need to get into in Portska at some point in the future. And the way I'm thinking that we may do that, some things could come in this railroad track, but I'm picturing, let's go back to our road destroying tool. This was built, well, for reasons, but I'm going to delete this. Hopefully yeah, you know what, we should probably get that connected a different way, huh? Yeah, before we, yeah, you will, that's good. All right, let's just get this guy, yeah, it's just a dirt road. But then we can come up here and get rid of, right, so at least if it burns down, and then we can get rid of all of this. Yeah, that stuff can be attached the other way. So again, we don't want anything burning down on us. But this was a temporary road for, I forget exactly what reason, but we were, I think, maybe paving this or something. So it's been a while. All right, so now let's turn on our wireframe. And what I'm picturing is, this is a little bit awkward and it's not going to be perfect, but can I... Yeah, you know what, I'm going to need to pause it for a minute. And I don't want to use that destroy tool. Let's use, yeah, we're going to cut back those two wires, right? And then hopefully, maybe we can we level here, I hope? Yeah. So let's level this down a bit just so we can get our road to, yeah, so we can get a road leveling going. All right, so we're going to go from like here, hopefully. Nope, you don't like being that close. No, you just don't like being that steep. There we go. So we'll get this leveled down so we can get a railroad track in or two. Let's get it kind of close. Doesn't have to be perfect for now. I just want to kind of confirm that I can do it as much as anything else. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, does it? Now we may choose in the future to like go a little bit further this way, right? So we'll like, cause I like to make a nice wide rail corridor. So we come from here pretty nicely. This is why I don't do too much. Try to avoid a little bit of the leveling on camera for these kind of reasons. It's not the most exciting. All right, so anyway. Yeah, this way I can level. Like, if you go a little extra, then when you go to do it in the future, right, so now might as well just make sure this is nice and flat. Nope, you don't like that road. That was not what we intended. Let's get rid of just a little bit more of, you know what, this, we can always rebuild a gravel road. Yeah, let's see, can we? Might as well make it nice and straight. Because we can. Now let's see if we got in the right, one more shot, just one more beer. I remember my days of saying that. Oh, I'll just stay for one more. Yeah, so it's a little bit. Here, you know what I want to do? I'm gonna, yeah, just right here. Let's just sort of level this across. And then we'll that's kind of way higher than I was picturing. Which might be okay, actually. We'll see. Might have just made a bit of a mistake. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. So if you can see, like it kind of raised it up a fair amount next to that other track over there. Oops. So what I want to do is, off of the track, I want to try to build a railroad bridge that makes some kind of sense coming over the other track onto this corridor. But I want to go like sort of past the corridor just in case we, which I don't think we're going to, not anytime soon, but like, you know, can I take and put a railroad bridge here that goes over this one? So this might actually be a bit of a benefit. So let's see, can we... I want to go... I don't know if it'll be a benefit or not, actually, but we'll find out. All right, railroad bridge. And here, you know what? I need to... Come on, I saw you. Oh, semaphore. All right, let's get rid of the semaphore. Yeah, we don't need those there anyway, right? No. As a matter of fact, we could probably put another one there. But first, you know, probably like maybe right off of here, right? No, don't turn. Go straight. Yeah. Right, and can we get a bridge that goes up high enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Come on. Do it for me. Do it for me, baby. No. Alright, but that's okay. Now that we got this guy to go straight, it might not be real happy with us, but can we get this guy 1, 2, 3, 4? Yes. Now, the big question, can we get over this guy without destroying him? Yes. Now, is that straight? I think it needs to be a little bit like this. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm getting a little bit better at making those things straight. Yep, like that. All right, now, yeah, I want to continue it over this so that if we ever wanted to put another track in, we could, right? Because I know at least one track's going to go underneath of here. And we'll just make them as wide as we can. That looks pretty good. Stop it. There you go. Right? So, I mean, it's not perfect, but for a patched together kind of thing. And then, yeah, we kind of want to level out a little bit more of this, huh? Because this is going to have to be kind of a big sweeping sort of thing here. And then where was our other leveling? Our other leveling was in this area. It's getting to be a lot of leveling in this area. That's all right. We don't really need it to go that far this way. Just enough that I can get a good angle and fill in everything I want. I don't want to cut it too close, like I said. You cut it too close, makes it a lot harder in the future to get things that look nice. All right, there we go. So let's go back over to roads. And at some point here, we're going to have to pay attention to the world around us, huh? There we go. Yeah, hopefully that's enough to bring this bridge down. Let's see. Railroad bridge. Yeah, I think I'll even cheat it. Let's get it to it's long enough. No, you know what? Let's scratch that. I want this to be straighter. Oops. And the reason is because this could go either way, right? So let's level a little bit more of this down. Like, in other words, there's no reason in the future. Plus, now that I think about it, we really want to be able to get in here and construct with this other office. So that's another good excuse for it going this way, like I'm doing it. All right, I'll show you what I mean in a second. So we're going to come off of here. And we'll come around. This will be the tighter turn this way. Right, and then crossing that. Oh yeah. You have to come off straight. If you don't come off of a straight, it gets confused as to which way. So in other words, we have to come a little bit straight here, which is probably okay, because if we want to put a signal right there, especially with the junction being close. So now I can. Well, this is probably a good idea too, yeah. Because it will, like where, if I tried to come from here, it'll say crossing not allowed, right? But then what I can do is like come from here and pretty easily find a good spot. Same thing, if we come from here, we could pretty easily find a good spot, right? So now, yeah. So this is actually going to attach to tracks that come this way, hopefully. All right. So let's run these up to like there, say. And then we'll run it up this way a good amount. Nope, right there. So this one, let's see, is that 3.5? That's pretty close. Yes, nice turn. All right, and then come over here about 3.5 away. No, let's go like there first. All right, let's take you back like one notch. You know what? Let's redo this all together. Yeah, since you're the tighter turn or being funny with me. No, stop that. Yeah, we'll take this one back because the other turn will make it if this one makes it. Yeah, I think part of the problem is that extra little ditty there. But anyway, there we go. Looks like a buttocks, huh? All right, anyway. So there we go. So we have now, a nice little thing. And I guess, you know what? I don't have to worry too much because I had time paused, as is my usual in these events. Yeah, so the reason time was paused because I really kind of wanted to get past this, and then I kind of forgot all about the time was even paused. All right, so let's take... Yeah, I think I want to start breaking away at this point. Let's turn around so we can see what that sort of looks like. right? Yeah, so we'll be able to bring, so the idea here is this is going to be our supply loop. By supplies, I mean, you know, like finished goods that are going to this depot kind of area. Now, including, you know, meat and the supplies for construction and whatever else, fuel. And then this loop is going to be, especially in this area, this is almost going to be like the crops loop, because we're going to have like this farm field, and I plan on taking the excess from this farm field and putting it on here. And then imagine one day we have our moose cow over here where we have our cattle industry, and then we would be able to take a lot of the, you know, crops from here and supply them to moose cow, and also like the vodka, and then we could also send it up to make fabric for clothing. Which means, and this is where we get into, if that's not all enough, which I know it may not be, we'll put some farm fields over in this region that would help supply. And if you imagine, you know, that could all get tied into this other loop that's got, like this track now is going all the way up there. So we could try to limit the trains on this track. Now we have little issues like this where we'll have to talk about, well, this is supply, right? So maybe we'll do something about this, but we really need to fix this whole intersection. Maybe we end up taking a bridge across here, but now I'm getting way off the subject. All right, so let's turn off our wireframe, and let's make sure. Yeah, let's start time up again, just for the sake of having something happening. Yeah, when it comes to this, I think I'll just. You know, I think the best way to get most of this done is going to be just to come straight off of here. Right? I mean, this is not necessarily permanent. And can we turn? Close enough. Right, so now those guys can get out there. They can start working on these bridges as much as anything else, but then they can also go straight down here and in general just start working on this track if they're not done it. So let's commit to all of that, and we'll get these guys. Yep, this is one of the reasons I started the whole videos, because these guys got done. So let's get them working on that and that. Now, do they need a signal? We'll get them some signals in a while. I'm not too worried, because the only train coming in here is this gravel train, and he can't do anything much until we get this constructed past here. And then we have to be able to get this guy. I don't want to really necessarily wait. Like right now, this gravel train, which is part of the supply loop, right? Like this is the way I want it in the long run. I need to get him to be able to get over to here. So if we were going to do that, see, I don't want to have to complete all of this before he can get over there. So at some point, he's going to have to be able to switch from this track back over to this one. So we might have to like do another connection someplace. We'll see. Let's get this done first and then move on to the next thing. Good. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go take another look just to admire the beauty of it, right? Yeah. And then we'll head that. This guy will probably end over here, and then this loop will go up and around. Right? There's a rail. I don't know if you guys can see these roads here. But I have little dots of roads. Say like it'll come up in here through the mountains and head all the way over to here and catch up with here, and then be like another, you know, it'll be all part of the big supply loop. And then we'll have like little more local railroad tracks supplying things. So we might even, well, we'll see. We'll see what we do with this steel and other parts that are coming from here. But they could theoretically, it's not, where is it? Right here. Say kind of deliberately that's not a bad stretch right here if we were to come in this way with that, right? Yeah. Something like that. Does that make sense? But we'll see. We have this nice, beautiful tunnel that took us like, 7.5 years to build. So, I don't want to abandon that, but we'll see. That's all part of the grand plan. And then that, for those of you who, just another recap, like with that loop would come down through the hills there, right? Tie into here, come across here, drop off supplies to here, come along here, drop off another distribution, and somehow wrap around the back here, right? I know there's this sort of massive mountain range in the way, though I did cut a path through it at one point, and then come back, drop off supplies. We're kind of back over to this part. There's not too much of the map going that way, so that would be the overall grand plan. So you can see it's sort of coming together slowly but surely. Okay. Now, there's a couple other things that we sort of need to do. And let's keep an eye on this. Is this road done yet? No, but he's getting close. So this guy, what is he doing? He's still got a paver on him. But anyway, so we're gonna get to working on this. But a big thing that I want to do is I got a couple comments that this is just too complicated. And I don't ignore comments, though sometimes I don't, how do you react to it? It's all, in some ways that's an opinion, but in other ways it is sort of a statement of fact, right? The fact is that what I have going on over here is just massively, it's not even that it's too complicated. I love a good, complicated, well-running machine, right? Especially in a video game. In real life, sometimes I think you're better off with, keep it simple, stupid, KISS principle. But, I think that the reason that this is way overkill, it's not even that it's too complicated, it's that it's just such overkill. And even for me, it's just way too much overkill. So I'd like to change the fact that we're supplying things by the railroads here. And as beautiful and wonderful as I think that is, I think we can come in and do some things which just basically take, I hate to do it. I really admire my own overindulgence. But I think we could just really save ourselves a lot of time, effort, energy, and just get rid of, to start out, like all of the railroad tracks that are supplying to the car manufacturers. And there's actually a reason. If you guys watched yesterday's test video, what I realized is that it's producing cars a lot slower in some ways than I thought. And the biggest thing I'm thinking here is that I make it less complicated, I would put in a third one of these over here. Right, so we'll change it up, use roads. We'll still use the rail for the passengers, but that hasn't even really been planned out yet, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of all of the railroad tracks. So let me do that just off camera, because and I'll be back before I do any designing, but I'm just going to go around and you guys have done it yourselves, I'm sure, or seen it done anyway. Just get rid of all of these railroad tracks. And, these are regular, manufacturing facilities. So we may end up, spinning them around. I have some of this stuff is goofy, but let's get all these things deleted, and then I'll be right back. Sound good? All right. Talk to you guys in a minute. Okay, there goes, I got rid of all the roads too. The more I thought about it, once you deleted the railroad tracks, the roads looked kind of dumb. So here's what we have, just to recap for those of you who may not have watched it or don't have photographic memories. Each one of these have a, this will work out good. So in other words, we have a warehouse here and a steel. So I'm picturing, it doesn't really matter exactly which one ends up doing which, but we need the mechanical components and we need steel. So let's just pretend there's two things covered, right? We need fabric, which will come from another place, and then we need electronics and electrical components. However, at this point in the game anyway, there's no need for anything except for electrical components, right? We don't need, there's no, I don't know that there's any use for electronics at this moment, but we'd have a warehouse for that. And then finally, we would need plastics. And then we would need a way for the trains to get back out, right? Now, I kind of wish we could do a few more connections for the trains going back out, right? So we may see if we can change that part up a little bit. When I say trains going back out, I mean vehicles going out by train. So let's delete a few more things just because when we placed these, it was really more with the railroad tracks in mind. So let's head back over to roads and just, if we look at the roads, we can kind of see like this one's like the opposite way in my opinion, right? So let's delete that one. And then let's go back to the roads. Just see this is like the opposite way that we would probably put it if we were going to build a road system. And let's see, this one's just in a goofy, it's maybe not the opposite way, but we might as well square it up a bit, right? So let's delete that one. And this one, is this one right? Yeah, this one is exactly how I'd wanted it. Pretty much same thing with this one. Now, is there any way we could... Yeah, this road coming up here, this is just for construction. I mean, we could possibly, think about like a bridge over here, maybe. I don't know if that's getting too complicated. I don't know that we really need... How many... I forget how many parking spaces we have here, but I guess this will be okay, right? Now, the other thing we could do is just simply have a road cargo station here. I think the only thing I'd say is if we stick with this, which is probably good for other reasons, right? A bit of a buffer, so when the train's not there, we can keep putting a few more cars. Let's make sure we have a decent road, like not this short stretch, so that if we do back up some trucks coming out of here, at least they won't get onto the main road. And then this is our firehouse, which I'm just leaving here because I don't want to forget to put a firehouse in. So let's hit play pause real quick and get rid of those buildings and then put them back again. That guy could be squared up. Oh, you know what? Is this guy... you know what? It's going to bother me if I don't. Yeah, let's... All right, so there we go. So why don't we, for the sake of it, now that let's go back over to our storages. Do we need a large store or medium storage? Yeah, let's go for a medium storage, right? Now, I don't want to get... Oh, you know what? Let's put a gravel road here first. Because I don't want the gravel road going this way. So I need to make sure, let's put on the grid. Just so I can make it nice and straight. Yeah, we'll go too far, but that's okay. And that's as much a placeholder as anything else. It's not a placeholder, but it'll make sure that when I put this guy in, say I want to make sure, that's kind of a bummer. You know what, we can do it on this side. I was hoping to do it on, well, you know what, we don't really need to jam it up. Can it get, it's not liking. Why are you red now? There you are. See, I don't think it's going to like that. We can actually, sometimes I think you're better off from this menu. I would really just like, why not just have everything on one screen? Can I do this? Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, so see, that wasn't too far. All right, so now, this one doesn't have one on the end. So this one would be turned this way, which is a little bit goofy compared to the other one. But that's one of the reasons I put it on the end there, right? And I really can't see. It's pretty straight. And then this one would go, well, probably want to do the same thing with the road here just to make sure. Right, that just needs to be a gravel road for construction purposes. And then, yeah, back to here is actually a good, you know what, we're going to have to spin around because otherwise I'll never be able to see. Oops, over here. And then this one, I think can go there. See, that's why it's nice to be able to, yeah. All right, and both of those roads are pointing out. And then this one, did we never connect that? Guess we forgot to connect that one. Good. All right, so let's delete. Let's go back over to roads real quick. And, well, now let's talk about this next, right? So now we have, are all those replaced, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that looks good. A little bit square and nicer. Now this is a whole nother topic. So what I'm thinking of doing is just deleting all of this and then seeing how we can bunch this one up a little bit more. So let's come up here and just delete it all. And then we missed one. And the reason is we bunched this up a lot more. Like part of the reason it was so spread out was because of that. Now these don't need to be here anymore because I think that all we need coming in is 2 of these warehouses, right? So yeah, this would be the outgoing. So like on the end we could put 1, and then this is just not square, and this is just goofy as well. All right, so we have a steel coming in. We have like, say, 2 of the parts, right? Like, so we would have plastic and mechanical components, and then this other one we would have, you know, like electronics. So we need to get this so that the road faces out nicely. All right, and then same thing. Well, then we would want, we can't get to it from there, of course. How can we do space for small vehicles? Yeah, a little bit. Now, you know what we're going to do? We're going to delete this one. And then we're going to do space for small vehicles. Probably could have hit the R key, but, right? Because that way the road will face a little bit better. And then this road, if we come back to here, we can have the road. Oh, it's kind of blocking. No, we have another footpath in there. Right? So that all the roads, do we need a road into, well, I guess we need the road into here just for construction purposes. Well, actually, I mean, we could get vehicles in and out from over there too, right? And then here's another question. Now that we're, let me just look at this. Yeah, I think I want to delete the whole thing. I'm just trying to picture it if I spin it around in my head. Yeah, I think we're going to delete everything and start all over again. And I'll show you why. Let's, yeah. Right, so now we're going to come back to here and here and here. Let's hit R. Yeah, and this is the way it was. And if we put it this way, I think what we can do is just make it a little bit more efficient. And we don't want to be so close we can't get a road in over there. Right, one thing we have is like a little bit closer, we have footpaths right here. But then if we come back to here, see, I could put two of these in down this end, which puts them a little bit closer. Stay a little bit away from that. Right? Like if we come, I think that's in line with the other one. Pretty close. Right, so there's our two warehouses that we need. And then we really don't need a medium storage. Why don't we just go with a small storage? And then the question would be, yeah, I would put this storage like over here where I could turn the corner. I think I can make that. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. And that'll work. And that'll work. So there's the two of those that we need. And then what I was thinking of is that we could then do the extra small vehicle storage thing like here. You know what? I'm going to turn it a little bit. Go a little bit further away. Make sure this can connect. Yep. And then let's make sure. See, now we can get, you know what, we're going to do this road first. Now the only problem is if we get too many trucks in here, but if we do, like, see, all the vehicles coming in and out can go in through there. And then, yeah, we'll take that guy out at a slight angle. And then we would want a road, yeah, I guess right straight down the middle, huh? Let's just go just right straight down the middle, all the way past where we think three of them might go, right? So we're gonna yeah. Right? I mean, and that's fully hooked up, and I think that's everything we would need. Now, you know, we're going to end up with a good amount of traffic on these roads, and then this guy could just be without wanting to connect another road node, right? And then we could talk about connecting all of these up. Now, the other thing we could talk about too, you know, this is outgoing, right? What if we could make it a little bit less trafficy, potentially, if we kept the trucks separate that were taking things in and out, like on their own road. Does that make sense? We'll see. Let's just, like, in other words, all of this would be the supply stuff. Let's do this. And then we'll get our gravel road. Oops, come on. I saw you were green. Gravel road into there for construction. Yeah, this, yeah, we can't level that one, but gravel road for construction. So then what I'm thinking of is, yeah, the problem would be, well, let's lay out another couple of these, right? So we'll see what we need. All right, so let's see, how can we do this to make them look as nice as possible? Yeah, the other way. Yeah, that looks pretty square. So we're going to try to line these arrows up. little bit further away, right? Yeah, now let's put, what is that, open storage. Yeah, small open storage needs to go. I can never see with this. Oh, wait a second. It's all fine, except I lined it up with the warehouses, not the... Like, I didn't line it up with this, I lined it up with that. Yeah, so you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to just put... Let me put in this small storage first, as best I can. Right, that'll give me a better idea of left to right, so to speak. Right, because this needs to go this way. And I had the other one down. Yeah, I think like this. Let's see. Can we get this guy to connect? Yes. Yeah, it's pretty much in line with the other one, right? And then this guy is the vehicle, excess vehicle loading, extra parking space, space for vehicles. Get it right eventually. Yeah, and this is just turned at a little bit of an angle. Yeah, can we get that to connect? Yes. Then can we get a road just to make sure? Yes. All right, and then let's see, can we get a whole nother one of these in? So now we're going to try to get another one of storages, small. Right, and that's pretty much right along here. And now another manufacturing facility. So this will get us 3 manufacturing facilities. And a lot of this is just because we just don't need that much supply, right? I mean, it's just, that was just overkill and a half what I was doing there. All right, so let's level this up a bit. And then I want to level a little bit more if we can. Ah, we need a free bulldozer. But in the grand wisdom of the game, you don't need a bulldozer to building level, you need an excavator. So what I want to do is just level out enough more of this that we can make sure we get those buildings in, get like the extra parking for vehicles on the other side of this. Yeah, we might need to do a little bit of something special over there, but that's okay. All right, so now this should be the right distance. A little further maybe. Right there. All right, so can we get this guy to connect? Make sure. Looks like we could. Yep. And then just to keep in line with everything else we've done, spin that guy around, tilt him at a little bit of an angle. Voila. Let's make sure, I don't know if I did that good enough. Close enough, right? And that was really crooked. All right, so now, do we have enough room to get in? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see because that's in my way. There we go. All right, so let's make sure everything connects. Connected. Oops. Connected. I won't say that every time. There we go. Yeah, so this sort of gets blocked here, but that's okay. Let's go back over to roads. Yeah, you know, let's forget about the whole, but what it does lead me, and one of the reasons I wanted to lay all that out is because now we can do, I think we'll do something like this. Right, and let's let's go. Yeah, you know what? Let's go something like that, and then can we? Right, and like the same thing here. And we'll get rid of some of this. Just get this guy around this building. Well, you know what? We have another solution for that. It's called, let's not forget to build the firehouse. But we can, we can't building level too well anymore, can we? No, but we can road level a little bit. Let's go. Yeah, good. And then this will level down nicely. Yeah, so then the question is, yeah, will this guy attach? Yes. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's all right. Well, yeah, you know what? It doesn't look exactly perfect, but yeah, and then let's attach this guy up, right? Let's get rid of some of that and some of this, even though that didn't look too bad, in all honesty. Gravel road can come out like that. And not perfect, but it's never bad to avoid too many extra road connections. Less intersections, the better, right? Yeah, so these are all attached by gravel road where we can build them. There, what do you guys think? Now, the only other thing, and I'm not going to worry about it in this episode, it's getting a little bit long. I'd rather, here, let's start time up again. I know I left it paused a lot during this, but I didn't want like train, I really want to keep an eye on my trains down the other end. What is... Yeah, so let me know. That's a lot simpler. I mean, this is all the same, right? But we'll have good flow in, and we'll be able to take vehicles from any one of these, right? And get them over into here. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think there's going to be that much traffic on this, and I really like the idea of having the third one. I think, you know, I think we're going to be more than capable. I think we're only going to need one train coming in and out of here, which is fine. Like, one train could sit at each one. We got our buffers. Here, let's just another thing here. We have our enough of a buffer, I think, in these warehouses that we're going to be in good shape, right? So like when the train goes to get more supplies, I'm hoping they come back before we run out. Because remember, we'll have a buffer here too, right? So we'll have a bit of supply here, and then we'll have a bit more. And we can decide on whether we have like a truck for each plant, or just have one truck that runs back and forth to each one for each thing. So we'll see. We wouldn't have one truck for each plant, but you know what I'm saying, like one truck just to bring plastics, or do we just have them could bring plastics to here, go back, refill, that kind of thing. Yeah, and then like I said, we'll get our people in, but now I think the other thing, if we just go real quick to footpaths, just so you can see now we can bring, whether we have 1 or 3 train stations, we've got all this clear to bring the trains, passengers in, workers in. Yeah, I like it. Let's commit to it. And then we'll go take a quick look around the map, see how we're doing in other places. Oops. Yep, nothing else white. Yeah, I think that really makes things less complicated. Let's get rid of this. All right, we don't need, do we want, oh yeah, you know what? We do want a road, but not necessarily that one. Yeah, can we just go like that? Yeah, if nothing else, that's, here, you know what, that road's, I think that'll look a little better. Yeah, this road's got me debating, what I plan on doing with this road is bringing in stuff. So I'm thinking that what we should do is actually bring this track like under here somehow, you know what I mean? Like just so that the road is on the other side, but that's, we'll do that in another episode when we have a little more time. But we probably should do it before we get building too much, right? If we're gonna, so like one of my thoughts is, do we just bring this over, but then, I really want to be able to get this construction thing worked on ASAP. Right, can you see my debate there? Like, how do we get over here? But if it's just a matter of construction, I could build a dirt road over there, right? Now, does this set of roads? No, it doesn't really attach to anything, does it? That's not so good. Yeah, this set of roads over here is, like, this is not attached. Or is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's attached here. And it goes under the... Okay, never mind. All right, good. Yeah, so the only thing I don't like at this moment about this whole thing is this road right here. Oh, and you know what? That was a gravel construction road. Yeah, you know what? Let's do the same thing again. We'll do a gravel construction road. So that way we know it's just sort of temporary. And we might even delete it. And I don't know that we even really need it in the long run, because it's not like there's going to be necessarily a lot of vehicles coming into this that couldn't just come in this way. And we've got a nice bridge set up like right across here that could bring them in this way or bring them down into here, wherever they want to go. We'll see. If there starts to get a big demand, we'll talk about another road. All right, so let's go see how we're doing. Well, how are we doing on our construction over here? Are we getting done these roads? Yeah, we're getting done those roads. So I'll probably work on, getting this bridge built and getting this. We'll see. I don't have anything else on my list at this moment. Oh, power. We do want to get power over here, so that's something else to remember. Oh, and a firehouse. Let's get the firehouse kind of ASAP. Just because, even though we can't build it, I don't want to forget to build it, right? Equipment for citizens. You fit right in there. Be kind of nice if you would. Yeah, we want you to be. Yeah, you just won't. You won't fit partially because you're not level there. What about right here? Now the other thing I may do, just thinking about it, is this road's got 72 connections. I may break a lot of these connections and just pave this road all at once, but we're far, you know what I'm saying? So it's just one big long paving project, get it done a little quicker. But we'll worry about that later. Let's turn off our wireframe and go see how our railroad guys are doing. Are you still building? See, not much happened because I paused for so long. So are you guys down here building? Yeah, they're plugging away. Now, part of their problem is, yeah, this. Yeah, we'll let them get a little bit further, and then once they kind of get over into here, I can put up a signal or two more. Not too worried about it. Yeah, we need to get them reconnected. Now, why can't you go? Because you can't. Yeah, we really need to get this intersection done so I can get these gravel trains flowing before gravel becomes an issue. I guess we could always purchase some gravel. Oh, look at this. We can start talking about next episode getting the fuel flowing over to here, right? Yeah, I want to do that kind of ASAP. So this is all done. Here's our steel. Yeah. Now we did set this guy to go up to Itupafalu, right? Yes. So the next time he gets steel, which will be pretty soon, he'll come up here. So that's good. So how are we doing in Itupafalu steel? Ah, very nice. So that's good. We can really keep this production going now that this is done. We're pretty darn close to done. So I'll search in here for any little things that I might have missed. How are we doing here? Oh, we got another road. No, not done enough. All right, well, you guys get the idea. So I'll keep doing some boring stuff. I will probably, in between the episodes, there's our oil tanker right there, right? Get him to come in and, add another stop to like right here if we can. Yeah, so after he gets done, I'll have to figure out. So he's loading here. Yeah, he's going up the rail crossing. You know what? I think I would have him do. Or you know what? Let's just do it. We'll go a little bit over, right? Yeah. So unload some fuel. And then we'll have him do the same thing here, right? Yeah, unload some bitumen. All right, so he'll come out of the oil thing. He'll come over to here, which I think he can get to. And then he'll come back out, and he can go back up this way. Oops. Yeah. There we go. Get on your way. So that means we need to reassign that project up there. Yeah, that's why I paused the game. Now, what are you? Oh, you're the oil guy going to Chemsol. Gotcha. All right, I'm not sure which one of them this was, but yep, I guess this guy. Yep. Okay. Well, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We remanufactured the vehicle manufacturing. So, and we'll get some fuel distribution going from here. And yeah, let me make sure that this is all cleared up. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode, and I hopefully will see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.